7-0 the final score in this one, Miami over Rochester. Miami advancing to, say it with me, the championship. Wow. Could you, at the beginning of the season, if I would have told you that Miami would be playing for a national title, what would you have said?
Yeah.
That's what you would have said, right?
That's what I would have said right there. I would have laughed.
It's crazy.
Coming off of, obviously, the 1 in 50, what was it, 1 in 15 and 1, something around that record. Doesn't matter. It was only one win last season, and then all of a sudden, I think we were talking about it before, even just from the first game against UCF, when we beat them 8-5, we said this could be a different season. We know what we have now, and now look at where we are. Yeah,
and listen, it's been more ups than downs, obviously, this season. There's been a couple of downs. I don't think, and we'll get to this game specifically, I don't think Miami has played their best hockey in this tournament yet.
Yeah, no. I think part of that comes with who we're playing. At the end of the day, if you don't need to overextend per se, it was a 7-0 win. Yesterday was an 8-2 win, 2 games that we won handedly, but we didn't need to necessarily overextend. I think now going into the finals, that's going to be a tougher opponent, and that's the type of game that, you got to put forward your best hockey.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. I do want to talk about this game real quick. Honestly, I thought the first period, again, for the fourth straight game, I guess, Miami kind of started a little sluggish, but then really turned it on late.
Yeah, that seems to be the tale of the tape this whole week. Slower starts, but at the very least, the important thing is getting on the board first and holding them off the board. I don't think we've given up the first goal in any of these games, and that's just a testament to staying strong, even when we're struggling on the offensive end, and then finally breaking through. Yeah,
and come over here, Ethan. Yeah. Got to let our friends from Tennessee get by. This is the nature of working in a rink, right? Things are very tight, so apologies to folks. Looking at that second period, though, I don't know if you noticed the same thing. I felt like Rochester was settling in, and I got a little bit nervous. Even though Miami did get on the board twice, it didn't feel like they won the period.
Yeah, well, Rochester was certainly getting their opportunities. Harlan Jackson in net stood strong, had a shutout, kept as our coach Griffin says, take some pride in the bagel. Harlan took some pride in the bagel. The team took pride in the bagel and kept it on the board. But yeah, it was definitely a back and forth sort of period. But I think by that what was it, the fourth goal maybe, third or fourth goal that was all right. We have control now, and now we just need to make sure we don't give up one.
And then I think I was kind of surprised in the third period, not by how Miami played. But Rochester had played so well in that second period. They did a good job of keeping the puck, in the offensive zone a little bit more and stopping Miami when it was in their offensive zone. So I kind of look for them to go into that third period and do the same thing, but they really shut it down.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely I think more of just the way that we played and the fact that we were locking them down and we were on every single puck and every loose puck. We had a guy in the slot at all times. But I think also they were definitely a little bit, I don't know the right word for it, but just down on themselves, and it showed.
Yeah, which surprised me because it was only a 4-goal game. Stranger things have happened in hockey. I thought that they had a shot, and they just looked like they were defeated. But obviously, it ended up 7-0, the final score. Now we look forward. But to look forward, we have to look backwards because it's Florida Southern. It's a team that, in Game 1 of this now 4-game series, very close game that Miami lost. But then the last two have been dominated by the Hurricanes, including on their home ice in the championship for the College Hockey South Pick-Sweep Cup in the Division III College Hockey South Division III championship. So familiar foes, but Miami really has had their number, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
Yeah, that first game was tough because we hadn't seen them yet. But then after that first game, you start to see they like to rely on two players for the most part for all of their offense. And so in that second game, really the game plan was take out those two, make sure that they're not scoring, and get pucks to the net, and hopefully we can score. And that's exactly what happened. It was a 6-0 game because we focused on holding those two off and getting pucks to the net. And then in the finals of the conference finals, they were without one of those two players. So it made it a little easier on us, which they will have both of them now tomorrow. But still, the game plan stays the same. Get pucks to the net. They only have one goalie. That guy, Jason Cribbs, he's standing on his head all season, and he's by himself. So get a lot of pucks to him, tire him out, and make sure that Marshall and Wall stay off the board.
Yeah, they beat Quincy today 3-1, one of those goals being an empty net goal, so a little bit closer than it looks on paper. And listen, just because Miami has dominated them twice does not mean that they're a slouch team. They are a very, very good team. This is going to be a great game. They are going to have revenge on their minds. Yep. So I think it's going to be a really good game. I can't wait for it. It's the final that I think everybody wanted. Before we go, though, there was a hat trick in this game. Eliana Stulin with the hat trick, a name that we really haven't heard much of because he came in a little bit late this year, but he's been lighting it up, and this has kind of been his culmination moment here. So, Ethan, you had a chance to speak with him after the game, and we'll take a listen to that.
Ethan Gainey here with number 20 for Miami, Ilian Stulin. There we go, I got it. All right, Ilian, so talk to me about, you had the hat trick, but I want to focus first on not one of your goals, a pass that you made to Gunty Weissenberger to get a goal. I believe it was the third or fourth. I think it was the fourth goal, but you made, a no-look backhand pass to Gunty through about two players' skates. What did you see on that play? How did you get that off?
So, I came down the wing. I knew Gunty was there. I knew he was there because I heard him call my name. He said, E. And then I was like, I'm going to trust that Gunty knows where I am and I know where Gunty is. So I just didn't even look, no-look pass to him. He got robbed on the play, but he got the rebound. So, he got the goal, finished my apple. So I'll take it any day.
Yeah, so now let's talk about your goals, right? You had 3 of them. First one, a little giveaway that you were able to put in the back of the net, and then throughout the game, you always seem to be in the right position. How are you always right where you need to be to get a goal?
I'm always looking for an open lane. Always trying to get the shot off. Even when there's 2 defensemen there, the goalie's kind of screened. He doesn't know what the puck is necessarily. Always try to skate right, shoot far side because as he's moving. But, it's just all about just taking shots, just taking shots, never giving up. You get saved once, just keep shooting until one goes in. And unfortunately, I got 3 that went in today. So.
Yeah, and then so I was actually talking to one of the guys in the locker room earlier about the fact that you are so good at both being able to, fly the zone at the exact right time to get a breakout pass, but also you're not one of those players that just doesn't play defense and is just sitting outside of the zone. You do both, and you time it exactly at the right time always when you're flying the zone. What goes into that? How are you always, you're back checking and then all of a sudden you're down the ice?
Yeah, I get a feel for what our D kind of, if the D's kind of chipping off the boards there, I'm kind of trusting in my winger to kind of get it past them. But if they don't, I don't do a circle around. It's quick stop and go back, and then quick stop and go back up. So, it's kind of all about instinct and just trusting in yourself and in your teammates to kind of make the right play.
All right. Last question. You've been playing on the line now with Gunty Weissenberger, who's actually standing right in front of us, and then Billy Sincata. That line has been absolutely electric. What has been the deal with that line?
I've been playing with 2 seniors. They've been helping me out. I'm a freshman, so I'm kind of dishing passes, and they're always there. They're banging them in. So I love playing with the guys. They cheer me up on the bench. They give me props. So it's all that. Yeah.
All right, well, Ilian Stulin, thank you. Back to us.
All right, so that's going to do it. The final score in this one, 7-0, Miami over Rochester. The final tomorrow, time change. Yes. Little note there, 11 a.m. is the final. We'll try to get the pregame show up as early as we can, but obviously we're struck by our own limitations here at this rink. But we'll do the best we can to get that pregame show up early and really get you going for this one. This is a game you don't want to miss. Watch it, listen, whatever you have to stop what you're doing at 11 a.m. and watch this game. It's going to be a treat. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like the other two or like the two of the three have been. I think it's going to be a lot more like the first game, but hopefully in Miami's favor, of course. So we'll have more on this tomorrow. Stay tuned, and we'll see you tomorrow.